you guys see at the the Xbox Tokyo Game Show showcase that they had a clip of like someone playing on like a ROG Ally or whatever, and in the bottom right hand corner it had activate Windows show
Of
up.
course, classic Windows.
Activate Windows. Oh my god.
That's great.
I'm surprised that didn't get cut out though. Like little that's slipped in there.
No, it's a feature. It's a standard feature at this point.
For sure.
I got
absolutely.
WinZipped the other day. I got
okay.
I got like activate your WinZip, and I was like, I didn't even know I had that. I'm gonna be real with you. I didn't even know I still had that.
Yep. For sure. I was actually meant to be in Tokyo this week for Tokyo Game Show, but I had to cancel the trip because I was just so snowed under with everything. But
it's brutal. You missed the Yakuza Kiwami 3 reveal. That would have been that's so awesome. I'm glad. Like, I don't know why I was surprised. Like, I forgot they were doing 1, 2, and then somehow I was surprised.
Yeah, look, obviously I'm not a Yakuza fan, but I know Lucy is, so I imagine you were very excited about that.
You could be, Ralph. That's the thing.
Well, that's the thing. I could be. Dude,
you played Zero, right?
Say again?
You played Zero, right? Is that the
no?
one you
Only like like the opening kind of thing. The only
okay.
What do you call it? RGG games I finished is Ishin and Lost Judgment, which my review for that one is much beloved. But that's the one that people really love me for the most, you know. Yeah. But yeah, like the rest of the series. Wait, was there another one I finished? No, I think that was.
You didn't finish. Did you even finish Like a Dragon or?
No, I haven't. No, I haven't finished. I played some Like a Dragon. I played some Zero, but no, I've never really got into it. I'd love to. It's always been the dream to do it, but yeah. Time
will eventually.
Take a year off and just.
When I retire, when I'm an old man,
just gonna blast.
And they would have already made by that point. They will have remade all of the games, maybe twice at that point. Yeah. So like I'll play a really great version of them on my.
They're probably gonna bring back Kiryu like 4 times anyway.
Yeah,
again
100%.
Until he's like an old man. So
an older man.
Oldest man.
The oldest man.
Isn't he sick though? Like, isn't there something about that he's
it's
not well?
It's a long story.
It's a long story.
It's a very long story that we don't. We have a hard out today, so we definitely
do. We do have a hard out today.
Speaking of hard out, welcome to the Friends Per Second podcast, everybody. It's episode 79.
Nice.
Damn.
Why you guys? What?
I can't believe we're getting up at what? We're getting there. You know, we're nearly at that 100. That's crazy.
What do you guys want to do for episode hundo?
I don't know. We should think about doing something live. I think. I really think we should think about that. It's a while off, but I'd like to do it. I'd like to think about it. If I'm allowed to travel to the United States by that point, I'll consider it.
What are you, Australian?
Say again.
You're Australian, right?
Yes. What do you mean?
Sorry, you're not. You're on the list. You're not.
I'm on. That's right. Of course.
They
check my social media. They're like, no, man, not you.
Too annoying.
That's right. That's right.
So it's a stacked week. We got a bunch of stuff. A little Tokyo Game Show, top level. We played Silent Hill F. Lots to dive into with that. Some Ghost of Yotei. Some good questions. So let's just start off with Tokyo Game Show. The whole thing.
You didn't say let's just jump right into it, so
let's just jump right into it. There you go.
Great. Done.
Okay, now we're ready to begin. Thank you.
Good show. A lot of interesting stuff. I liked seeing Forza Horizon 6. I thought it was cool.
Did you see it though, Jake? All you saw was a logo, man. Come on now.
Yeah, but I'm glad it exists. We kind of had a feeling that it was going to be Japan, and then Xbox's presence there.
Didn't a car company was out there and was like, hey, we got all these people from Xbox because the new game's here.
Oh, that's
great.
Like,
it was one of those ones where it was like, you kind of leaked it, you kind of ruined it, but at the same time, you were just very excited.
I think ads for it were already going up on Instagram before the actual announcement happened. It was leaked a while ago anyway. Like everyone knew it was happening, and it was also so unsurprising. It was kind of like, well, yeah, of course you would set a Forza game in Japan. That makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, it's gonna be sweet. I think it's a good environment for it. Having spent a lot of time in Japan recently in all these video games, cool. Driving there, awesome.
I was gonna say, I was like, when did you go to Japan? You kept that one quiet.
No, in the virtual world, I've been in Japan a million, as evidence from all the games I'm talking about this week.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
that's true.
But no, I think overall that showcase was like, I don't know, man. The Xbox showcase. Look, I think a showcase is always defined by like the one or two big things that you got going there, and I don't really think there was anything in the Xbox showcase. Like, again, Forza, if I'd have seen some Forza gameplay, I'd be like, yeah, sweet, let's go. Forza, I'm excited about this because I've actually really loved Horizon or the last one. So, but like, I don't know, there was really nothing else in the Xbox showcase, was there? Like more looking at Ninja Gaiden, Fallout, got like some camp stuff, some like Japanese themed camps.
Some what?
Yeah, like they added there's like an update coming to Fallout 70. Sorry, Fallout 76.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought
yeah,
you
yeah.
said cans.
No, camps.
And I was
Fallout
like,
76 is getting camps with like,
who's
Japanese
paying?
themed.
Yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't much else. Am I missing anything big at that showcase?
I don't think so. I think
don't
it's kind
think
of like a
so.
biding their time thing because like they do have so many things releasing just in October.
Mm.
So I get it. Like,
Oh no, I
just do that.
definitely not suggesting that Xbox has got nothing common because they actually do have quite a bit coming right now. Like they're there's stuff going on with them for sure. Their October is massive, but just in terms of this showcase, it was I don't know, just it wasn't too much to write home about. I don't think.
You saying it could have been an email?
I mean, that's the trite little hey, get a bit of an
Yeah.
email, but like I mean, basically yes, it could have been. When I read the press release of it, I'm like, yeah, you guys got it here. We didn't really miss anything. We still don't have an official price announcement though for the ROG Ally X.
We
Pro
do as of
series.
right
We
now.
do as of right now.
before
I
we started
just
recording.
googled it. Yeah, 90
Oh, it's
90 minutes
official.
ago on IGN. Yeah,
So
confirmed
here
the
is the
price.
deal. The
Okay.
Ally, the white one, that's kind of like the streaming one. That is $600. And then
It's not the streaming one. To be clear though, I want to push back on that. That's not the streaming one. That's
it's
like
not. What does it do? I forget.
It will play
Plays
low
games.
spec games that you can play your indies.
Oh, so it's
on
like
it and that
the
sort of thing.
Series S of the handheld.
Exactly. It's
Okay.
so yeah, like I think a good use case for it would be streaming, but you can play locally on it, and it would run many games totally fine, so long as they're not like cutting edge AAA games.
Okay. I'll admit I wasn't really paying attention to that one. Only the bigger one, the crazier one, the Ally X, which is the more hardware intensive one. That is going to retail for $1,000. Yeah.
Okay, do a search for me right now. Can you guys search like the Steam Deck OLED in US dollars? Because I can't search it easily. I have to do like currency conversion bullshit. How much can you buy a Steam Deck OLED for right now
Let's have a look.
in US dollars?
On Steam, the website. The OLED 1 terabyte is $650.
Not to mention, they've been really dropping the prices to move inventory of the older models and the LCD models.
They have. You can
They've
get
been
a
on sale
really good
frequently.
But I do think that a fair comparison is like comparing the OLED to probably that lower spec Series S model in terms of performance, because clearly, the X version is more performant than a Steam Deck. At least I understand that it is. Detailed testing will bear that out more. But like, I don't know, man. Yeah, $1,000. That's 1,500 Australian dollars, and that realistically is going to come in at 1,650 with like GST, which is our tax or whatever. That is like an absurd amount of dollary dues. Like it's just a lot. So
yeah, it's like a luxury item for sure.
Yeah. And I mean, like, I think that again, I don't have any problem with luxury items in gaming if you're like there's a really specific reason.
There are enthusiasts, yeah.
For sure. And it's like, my question is like, what's the specific reason for this thing? Like, what is this thing that you like, yeah, I need to own this thing for $1,600?
Yeah. It's tough because like I get people like the alternative. I say alternative, but like alternative to Steam Deck. Like people love the other handheld devices. But for me, I'd almost feel more inclined to pay like a ton of money for an expensive Steam Deck because I'm buying into not just the hardware and the specs, but I'm buying into the legacy of the Linux nerds. I'm buying into Steam and Valve. I'm buying into developers being really excited to have games deck verified and all that. And jumping in with this, it's like, all right, yeah, it's just a big old piece of hardware.
I mean, sorry, go on, Luce.
I was gonna say the convenience though of being able to have Epic Game Store,
correct,
all
that's
the
the
storefronts
deal for me. Yeah,
and not having to deal that with booting. What is the name of the app? I don't know. Side loading. I sold my Steam Deck because I just prefer the ROG Ally. I've said this multiple times. I prefer the form factor of the ROG Ally, Roger Ally.
Fair enough.
I've got old lady sore hands.
Right.
I need my ergonomics, Ralph.
But I think personally think that the Steam Deck is better ergonomically than ROG Ally, but it's obviously
not for these small hands.
Fair enough.
I don't know why I said it in such a weird way.
I do think that look, I do think by the way, the ROG is actually the Asus ROG Ally is a great device. It's always been a fantastic device.
Yeah, people dig it.
For sure, no question at all. And so it really is just a case of like, okay, now you've got this Xbox partnership. it rebrands the console. It adds some new ergonomics. Most importantly, it adds a front end experience that's like a stripped back version of Windows that gives you access to basically everything. And that's the real selling point, right? You say it's like cool to buy into the whole Linux thing. Most people, I think, feel the opposite, where they're like, well, Linux is kind of annoying. And, because most people are like, well, I can't play everything I want to play, and I can't do Game Pass, and I can't play easy anti-cheat games on it, yada, yada, yada. So I don't know, like, I see the appeal of it. I really do. And I think it's smart that Xbox has got that lower spec, like, SKU. I can see it getting some cut through. But, like, at the end of the day, there's only, I think there's only about 4 million Steam Decks in existence, and it's the most successful handheld PC by far. I don't know that this one really moves the needle at all. I kind of, I just think this is going to be a nice little enthusiast piece that's going to kind of sit off to the side. I don't know. I'm not really sure that it's, I don't really see that it's going to do big numbers, or really like expand their category and change the way we talk about Xbox. I think it's just a thing that they're doing, just the way the same way they release like Surface laptops or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's weird because it's like I remember when the original ROG Ally came out, there was so much excitement about it. There was so much industry excitement about it too.
Yeah.
Like I just
Yeah.
knew colleagues that were like into it, people on the game development side that were like curious about it. So I feel like Xbox kind of jumped on that momentum, and it was more of a short term interesting collaboration
Yeah.
more than something that again is gonna like what did you say, change how you think about or
Yeah,
change Xbox's momentum a little bit. Yeah.
for sure.
So I
Yeah.
don't know. It's going to be interesting to talk about it, and also, you know, it's just it's getting to the point like with like the price of everything. It's like I'm starting to like get like kind of like sticker shock about everything with just
Yeah,
prices
yeah, yeah.
going up, the cost of living going so high. It's like it's tough to talk about this stuff,
Yeah,
and with a
true.
handheld like this, it's $1,000. When I don't know, it's like
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just still unpacking it because we're reacting to the price in real time.
Yeah, look, I think the reality is, as I said, within gaming, there's lots of premium high-end products that are, super high price, whatever
Yeah,
else, and they're intended to sell to a small audience, right? I think the X and the black version of this, whatever, it feels like it's probably going to fall into that category. It's just a super premium product. It's probably going to run games really well. That's basically, by looking at the specs of it. The ergonomics are really good. I've held it myself and it's good. It's
it
really
is.
heavy though, and that's one
Yeah.
downside to it for sure. And the screen is also not great from memory. Because I don't think it's 120 hertz. No, it is 120 hertz, but it's not OLED. That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not OLED.
So, which for a premium product like this, not having an OLED screen it's a real bummer. Having said that, yeah, I mean, like, it's not obviously a deal breaker, but yeah, I just think it's going to be one of those things that's like for really super hardcore premium buyers who want it. Everybody else is either going to not really think about it, or maybe opt for the cheaper version if they are interested. But I think if they are going for the cheaper version, I still think it makes more sense to grab a Steam Deck, because yeah, you do have the flexibility of getting Game Pass and all that other stuff for sure. But I just think the overall ecosystem of Steam is just it's so attractive, man. It's just, yeah, I don't know. I love it. I
You
love it
came
personally.
around. I'm Steam Deck pilled. I'm just
Yeah, I
Valve
mean,
pilled.
yeah,
So.
like for sure. I personally think that, but again, I fully acknowledge that many people are not on the same page. So,
Totally.
yeah.
I'm Steam pilled
Okay,
for sure, but
but
like
not
I
Steam Deck
also
build.
well I always get my Epic free games, like I claim those, and it's I haven't used Game Pass, and it's pain in the ass to do that on a Steam Deck. So I'm
Yeah.
opting for convenience over brand loyalty.
Sure.
Because I'm a fickle bitch. I'll turn on
Fair
you
call.
with the drop of a
Fair
hat.
call. Fair call.
Speaking of fickle bitches, did you guys see the Wolverine trailer?
Damn, man.
Man,
Damn. That was a
Oh,
trailer. That was
Yeah.
like, I'm actually scared about upload, because the news show right now has not gone out, and I'm 90% certain that when I show clips of that in the news show, that the video will be demonetized.
oh,
Because it is
we
so violent.
do you mind texting me if that happens? Because then for our Friday news show, I need to know.
I fucking know it. I know it.
we were watching it in the office, and we were like, our manager of video production was like, "Oh hell yeah, big trailer to end the show." And as soon as he saw the blood, he just went, "Oh god damn it!
God damn it.
God
There goes our
damn it."
metrics.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, what a because this is the first time we've seen the actual real non-leaked footage. because
Yeah.
obviously
Yes.
it was leaked a long time ago and it
Mhm.
looked janky as fuck because that's what game development is. Stuff looks
Mhm.
really janky before they make it look good. And now it looks really good. Like I am
Yeah.
super into it. I just think
Yeah.
the fact that they're going comic book accurate with like suits and the
Oh
fact that
yeah, when I saw that
he's like a
yellow
little
suit.
guy, you
Yeah.
know, he's a little ball of
A fur
rage.
ball. Yeah.
Yep, and the fact that they're going full gore is just so good. I mean, I still remember that moment in Logan when they're just like at the first fight scene outside his car or whatever, and you're just
Yeah.
like, "Whoa, we're doing this, are we? Hell yeah!" You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just think it's great because it really creates like a line break between that kind of sanitized MCU like T for teen stuff versus this, which is like, yo, everyone needs to chill. Like I actually, as I said, I don't imagine that I can. I'm already have to assume that my review of this will be demonetized because it's just so gory, you know. So we're all working for free on this one, but we'll do so happily because it looks fucking cool, you know.
It's so funny. I kind of like it looks like what I kind of expected, where it's like
Mhm.
Spider-Man's color palette, world detail, even like you clearly see parts that are finishing moves and it has that same camera angle and like
Yeah,
approach to
Mhm.
how it shoots shows those things. But I was still so surprised by just like how he looked, him doing his thing, the insane gore. I knew they were doing it gory, like, you know, that first teaser implied blood, but I didn't expect like Mortal Kombat level that we have here. And I
Mhm.
think I'm going to be the annoying guy in the discourse that's like, I don't need Wolverine to be that gory, but it's
that is
cool.
extremely annoying, Jake.
It's like
Yeah.
not every comic had Wolverine cutting everyone's heads off, you know?
Yes.
But when he does, it's cool.
I was gonna
So
some of
Exactly.
I
them
can see
do.
why they lean into it.
But I think we've seen decades of like, okay, you've got X-Men 90, like animated series in
Mm.
97.
Yeah.
You've got, you know, Hugh Jackman's X-Men, right? The only time that I think, and then obviously there's the comics where it gets gory. Like, where have we really seen in
Like in
pop
popular culture,
pop
there's not a
exactly?
lot
Where
of
have we
it.
really seen that level of gore outside of Logan?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Nowhere, you know what I mean? And so
Yeah.
and never before in the video game space. I don't think we've ever seen.
Origins Wolverine.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was
Oh.
really
Okay, was that
gory.
level of gore? Okay, fair enough, fair
Yeah.
enough, fair enough. So
Which can I say that the other thing that surprised me with this is that it is kind of like an evolution of that game in a lot of ways.
in what
And
way?
I'm just blown away that they're making what to me looks like the snippets of gameplay we saw is kind of like a high fidelity, just like beat 'em up adventure game
Yeah.
featuring
Yeah.
Wolverine.
Right,
And
right,
then
right.
Sentinels show up. Like I
Oh,
am
man.
Yeah.
very fucking
I
happy.
was into that. I was very into
I
that.
was very into
So
Mystique showing up. I love
yep.
her.
Omega
I
Red,
did, but
man.
she looks like she's wearing a generic tactical video game suit. And I was like,
Maybe just in
oh.
that one scene.
If they got him in the yellow suit, then they're gonna put her in the white,
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
like the
they
white
have to.
dress type thing.
Yeah,
But he had the cool jacket at one point.
Did.
He had. I also really like the guy. I'm
Liam
very
Liam
much like a
McIntyre?
Steve
McIntyre?
Blum, Cal Dodd, like diehard, but this guy's voice
Oh,
really
yeah.
sounded great.
I love that they recreated the bar to do the actual person
Yeah,
reveal.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
nice.
Very nice
Yeah,
touch.
it's a real sort
Nice
of like
touch.
the rehearsal kind of moment, you know. So no, I look, I like the Liam McIntyre. I've actually never really encountered him before. Like I haven't
No, me
seen him
either.
before and stuff. But like, and I think he did okay. I guess I just have Cal Dodd's like voice burned into my brain.
It's
Like I
hard,
just
right?
can't
Yeah.
hear anything else. And it just I can't imagine it being any better than that. I just because even Hugh Jackman, I was always like, yeah, he's okay as Wolverine, but like he's a bit too pretty, he's too tall. And I don't know, I never really loved him as Wolverine. So yeah, I don't know. But look, it's cool. I'm very excited for it. I'm really glad that, you know, Insomniac get to have their moment now after like all that bullshit they went through before. Now they get to show it on their own terms. And people are really into it, you know, like they truly are. So yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah.
What do you guys think
And
of Saros?
Looks sick. Looks difficult. I already
Looks
had like the fear from playing when I played Returnal.
looks so good, man. I can't
Yeah.
wait. I'm so
What is it?
pumped.
Because like the whole thing is come back stronger. So he dies and he comes back and he's a little more powerful. I dig that. That is
Yeah.
for me. That is a mechanic
Sure.
for me.
yeah, it sounds easier. So I'm into it.
But I still have the fear. As soon as I saw like the bright, like the bullet hell stuff coming at me, I was
You're
like,
like,
Oh my god.
Yep.
I was
Oh
like,
god, the
yes, we're
flashbacks.
so back. God. Oh, I understand. I think they've actually made some tweaks to the structure of Returnal post launch as well, with like save points and stuff that allow
They
you
have,
to like,
yeah.
yeah, they've taken the edge off it.
Mhm.
And so I get why it was a bit shell shocking for some people. I personally just had the best time with that game. I totally loved it. And then seeing this is basically like more of that, but with a different color palette. I'm like, that's fine, man. All good. Let's just go, you know? But it does look like a more interesting bullet hell as well. Like some of the attack types and particle effects. You can see the similarities, but you can also see how they're pushing it further. And on the narrative front, I'm really keen for a new story with a new character.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
into
me
it, man.
too.
I'm really pumped. I just think they looked really
Mhm.
fantastic. House Mark, man. Better make bad games.
Don't
They're not
miss.
allowed. It's against the rules. So yeah.
Yep, very into it.
So was there anything else in the Sony
I mean, those are the
showcase?
bookends, right?
Yeah.
That was the big stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah.
what
It
Oh,
what
there's
was
a
what what,
Battlefield single player. Did either
yes.
of you
That
play that?
the embargo is up on that now. I
Yes.
am currently dealing with technical support because I was actually sent access to that build and then I
Yeah.
was not hopefully I get access to this build by the time
Yeah.
this episode is done. Because for whatever reason I can't access it.
You have
But I've
secure
heard
boot.
have you no, I've already figured that out, don't worry.
Yeah.
Have you played the single player Battlefield yet?
No.
Oh, okay, you haven't. Cool. Did you get access to it,
No.
Jake?
No, I'm waiting
Okay, cool.
for review, basically.
Did you guys
Yeah.
play the big map stuff that they did last week?
Did do
In the
big map.
labs? Cool.
Map
Okay.
was big.
Tell me what you think.
I'm not the person you want to hear this from though, because I have
Why?
like such little Battlefield knowledge. I mean, I had
Who
a great
fucking
time with
cares?
it.
Doesn't matter how much experience you have.
The
Who
internet
cares?
probably cares. No, again, I was just, I just had a really good time. Again,
So did
once
I,
again,
man.
I was just having a really nice time. And I just,
Yeah.
I'm so like, at work this week, I wrote that like, here's the everything to know stuff about Battlefield, and I'm like, oh, here I am writing about Battlefield, talking about Battlefield, and not playing Battlefield.
Yeah, I know what you mean. No, I had access to the build last week for big maps.
Big
There
map.
were 2 maps that they showed.
Was it Mirak and
It was Mirak and Firestorm. And yeah, it was like a 4-hour play session, and I was like, okay, cool, we'll do this. And then 4 hours just zipped past. I was like, what? No, I want to keep going. Do you know what I mean?
Excellent.
Mhm.
And I know, I don't know, it's always like uncomfortable when you're like really enthusiastic about an EA game. But the truth is, man, I am. Like, I'm sorry, but the truth is, I am. Like, if it would look shit, I got no problem saying it was shit. Please refer to my Battlefield 2042 coverage for that. Right. But like, honestly, I just love this. I think it's so
Yeah.
fantastic. I've had such a good time with it. I played a lot of the open test,
Mhm.
played this build, and I couldn't get enough of it. Like, I just really blown away by how fun it is, how like good it feels to play.
Mm-mm.
There's some tweaks to be made, obviously, with like weapon loadout stuff, locked weapons, which gadgets go on which classes, whatever else. But the fundamentals, man, when I load in, I'm just like having a total blast. And the big maps really do showcase how big it can get and how exciting it can be to be in a chopper, like, or in a plane, like strafing a target and whatever else, but also being on the ground and just being effective and just having those like tense skirmishes when you're hiding out, trying to cap a point, hoping the enemy doesn't notice you. And then you see that like 2 or 3 enemies are on, like they're now contesting it, but you don't know where they are. And those
Yeah.
big and small moments, that's what Battlefield is really great at delivering, and that very few other shooters can do, like operating at big scale and small scale at the exact same time. And yeah,
And it
the
feels like the new
playtest,
maps they really are designing for that
for sure, for
specifically.
Oh
sure.
yeah. So
So
you know what this
mm,
last playtest I think instilled in me is that I am not going to be playing this game on my TV,
mm,
because when we did the preview event in LA, it was like, it was at a desktop and it was right here. And I just felt like I had such a better experience because everything was so much more easy to pass for me.
oh,
Whereas on the
absolutely.
TV, it was like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, looking around in every corner, missing. I felt like I was missing so much more because I was just sat further away. Not to say
This
that
is-
like the UI is small or it's scaled poorly. It's just, like you said, Ralph, there are macro and micro moments happening all around everywhere. I wasn't wearing headphones and I don't really have surround sound, so that was screwing me over. And it was just like all these
absolutely.
things where I was like, damn, all right, I'm
There's
gonna get
a
real,
reason
real
that
used
like
to this chair, this office.
esports pros always play on like 27-inch monitors or whatever. They kind of cap it at that size, because any larger than that, and it's sort of like they need to look around more.
Mm-hmm.
They can't just like take it all in quickly. So yeah, no, 100%. But no, I loved it. They showed off a demonstration of Portal as well. We didn't get to play Portal, but we like watched a Vidoc thing kind of on Portal. It was like a 10-minute thing. And yeah, like it's a very flexible tool set because they use Godot, like the as their kind of level editor thing. and a
Mm.
scripting tool that allows you to create scenarios. So I can't really judge how that's going to work because I don't know how
Yeah.
to use those tools, but they
Mm.
Yeah.
look sophisticated. They look like you can do lots of things, and they've already made lots of cool stuff with them.
Mm.
So I'm really interested to see what the community comes up with for that because yeah, this is definitely much more than just like a, I don't know, turn some sliders or whatever. Like this is it's pretty full on.
The
Um
community's been waiting for that for a long time, right? They've really been waiting for Godot.
God, I realized halfway through where you were going with that, and I was like, God damn it. And I think that the single player stuff, I've heard some mixed feedback on. I've heard some people really like it. I've heard some
Mm.
people are sort of a bit, it's a bit meh. I don't know.
Sounds about
That's
right.
obviously that's
Yeah.
had some rocky development as well because I think it was kind of rebooted. Reports suggest it was rebooted at a late stage and had to be handed
Well,
off.
because it was supposed to be Marcus Leto's studio.
Correct. Yeah, but then it wasn't just like they handed over that work. It was kind of like,
Yeah.
well, they needed to almost start again after that. Again,
Mm.
allegedly, we don't know. So I wouldn't be surprised if that one's a little choppy. It sounded like that was coming in hot, but the core experience is feeling super good. And yeah, man, I'm really pumped for it. I truly am.
Mhm.
I truly am.
I Yes, I think the time is right. It feels good to just be excited about like a simple but just like regular old fashioned Battlefield at the
That
top of its game,
yeah.
quality, like good
Mm.
shit.
That's the thing, right? Because I actually interviewed some of the developers behind it, and I forget the name of the guy who said it because it was like a panel thing. But he's basically said, because I was asking, like, this feels really good at this point, whereas in 2042, it felt not great at all at this point. So, like,
Mm.
how do you what's changed? Like, how did you achieve such a different result? And he's like, look, the truth is, with that one, we were trying lots of new things. And that's true. They were. And who knows why they were trying some of those things. I think some of them were chasing trends, like, the specialist thing. Maybe they thought they could like
Yeah.
monetize the specialists and whatever else. I don't know. But the
Yeah.
thing is, he acknowledged they were chasing that. No, he acknowledged they were trying new things. But here, they're not really doing that. They're just kind of like giving the community what they want. And that's kind of all the community's been asking for, especially after 2042. They're just like, no, just make a Battlefield game. That's it. And that's exactly what, DICE Studios have done. And so far, it seems to be working really well. And I think that the buzz and the chatter from the community is net positive as well. Like, they
Yeah.
have some gripes, but like they're also excited about it. And that's pretty hard
Mhm.
to please community. They're kind of pretty discerning. So I don't know, man. It's looking good for Battlefield. Looking really
Yeah.
good.
Thankfully it's out soon. So we'll probably be
10th of
talking
October.
about it next episode or so, right?
Hopefully,
A
depending
little
on
bit after
when.
that.
Yeah,
No, the
depending on
next
when
episode
embargo is.
we're recording on the 10th. It comes out on the 10th, so probably
Okay.
not. Unless they do
Cool.
an advanced review period. I'm not sure if they're going to do that or not.
All right, cool. Well,
Yeah.
excellent. We do have a lot more to talk about, but right before we do, we're going to jump into a word from our sponsors.
Well, winter is quickly fading into the rearview mirror here down in the southern hemisphere. It's starting to get warmer, and that means one thing: we start to smell bad. And that's just the way it is, unfortunately. That's how human beings are. We, unfortunately, do not smell great all of the time. But luckily, we have things to help us, like this video sponsor, Mando. They specialize in deodorants to make sure you smell great. And the good thing about them is that they use all organic products. Tell them, Jake.
This is interesting. I need to hear more about this. Switching deodorant is a big deal. How have you been enjoying it so far?
It's been really nice. It's a roll-on one actually, which I kind of prefer. I find the spray ones don't really work very well for me, like other brands. I won't name those other brands, but we all know spray-on deodorant types. So I've long preferred the roll-ons, and yeah, it's really long-lasting. Has a nice strong scent without being overpowering. I didn't actually know that it was all organic materials until I read the spec sheet on it. After I got it, I'm like, oh, that's cool. But it also doesn't use any fragrance oils. It is recommended by dermatologists as well. It's just nice, to be honest with you. I've really had a good time using it, and I've been impressed.
That's the interesting thing. 100% of study participants experience all day odor protection. So it's
Yeah,
not just masking it, it's like preventing it, which
for sure.
that's
Yeah.
great.
As I said, I think that does help with the roll on, like, because I said, I think roll on, I found it to be more effective over the years. And yeah, as I said, it has a nice scent. This one is smooth, solid Mount Fuji is what it's called. So I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah. It's just a nice, pleasant odor that just kind of keeps you protected all day long. And I've had a good time with it. They've got other products as well. They have like deodorant, like wipes. So if you're feeling like really sweaty after you've just gone to the gym or something, you don't have time for a shower, or you're just it's just a hot, sweaty day and you just want to refresh yourself, that's that. There's also an acidified cleansing bar. There's a body wash. There's all sorts of things that you can do just to sort of like refresh yourself on the go or give yourself a nice clean in the shower. And yeah, it's been good stuff.
That's good. And, there's a lot. So the best place is probably to start with the starter pack.
Yep.
It's perfect for new customers. So it comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice, and free shipping. So as a special offer for listeners, for you guys, new customers get 20% off site-wide with our exclusive code. All you got to do, use code FPS at shopmando.com for 20% off site-wide plus free shipping. That is shopmando.com. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Use code FPS again for 20% off site-wide plus free shipping. Shopmando.com. And big thanks to Mando for sponsoring this podcast. All right, we're back, and a lot of big games this week that we've been playing. The first one, top of the pile, is Ghosts of Yotei. Have you guys jumped into this yet or no?
Nope. I've been doing because I did Battlefield. I did a Pokemon preview. I guess we can talk about that at some point. And
No, we
I
don't.
did Silent Hill F. And Yotei I just haven't had time. But that's honestly what I'm doing as soon as I'm finished here. I'm gonna start.
Yeah, I have been doing Silent Hill F, but I have a couple hours in Yotei.
Okay.
So I'm right at the very beginning. But yeah, Silent Hill F, and then I traveled again to LA to see Nine Inch Nails.
That's like a 40-minute trip for you, by the way. You make it sound like you've gone on a holiday for 3 weeks or something.
But I couldn't take my PlayStation with me.
We were away for one night, right?
Yeah. But no, I was actually out like kind of all day too, because I met up with a friend for lunch, and then
I get you.
I'm like an hour away from the airport.
I get you.
Anyway, but Jake, how far through are you?
While you were traveling the world, seeing your favorite band, I was studying the Blade.
I knew you were doing it. I saw you light up as you started talking.
I've been studying the Blade, but also other weapons, because Ghosts of Yotei features multiple weapon swaps. It's good. For me, I don't think it quite tops the original, just in terms of that, like, wow, like this is something, man. But it builds on everything. Like, it is essentially like the bigger, badder, meaner sequel, where bigger world, more side quests, more interesting stuff, more weapons, more skill trees, all of that. I don't, it's kind of like someone in our comments mentioned how I've been kind of down on Sony sequels recently, where it's like Spider-Man 2. I was like, it's really good. It's just it doesn't hit like the first one. God of War Ragnarok. Yes, there's so much more combat options, more to do, but it's still just it doesn't hit like that first one. And it is kind of the same here. I've seen I've seen some reviewers use the word safe, and I didn't get that feeling safe. Like safe isn't the word that comes to mind, but it's just a pretty straightforward sequel, where I think I just wanted, especially because it's a new protagonist, new world, new thing, new time period. I was hoping they would evolve it a little more. I was hoping to see them push it a little further. They didn't as much as I want to, but what is there is really good. It's still beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. It's like environmentally, it's like one of the craziest looking games I've ever seen. That was really like the first game, but now I think it's.
Is it a new level on top of that, you reckon?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
And when you watch a YouTube video, it doesn't really show
it. Yeah.
But like on a decent TV with HDR and with everything,
I'm just bringing up the Gamer Angst video now.
Yeah, it's there for you if you'd like. It's in terms of the combat, it feels pretty similar, but the new weapons are fun.
So instead of stances, you've got different.
Yeah, you don't switch stances now. You switch entire weapons. So like she'll just pull a whole new weapon out of her ass to fight.
Sounds painful, man. But what's the animation for that?
Yeah, it's I like it. I like the first game's like focus on just the katana stuff, but here I like it. The switching weapons is fun, but what I really like is that enemies switch weapons too.
Okay.
So it's fun to kind of like an enemy will take out 2 knives, and then you're like, oh yeah, well I got something for that, and you take something out. The combat and like how it works and like her tool set and everything. This character Atsu, it's kind of like how in Tsushima. I don't know like how I've said this in the video. I don't know how much this holds, but this is just going by feel.
Okay.
What's his face? Jin Sakai felt like Batman kind of in a way,
Yes.
where Atsu is more like Boba Fett, but not Boba Fett like he dies as soon as he shows up and he sucks and it's funny, but like the Boba Fett we had in our minds as kids, where we're like, this guy's so cool.
Yeah.
In terms of just being that kind of like cold bounty hunter with a bunch of tricks up their sleeves. What I really like too is the nonlinear storytelling actually really works, where you go in thinking, okay, you're out for revenge, you're dumped in this world, there's the Yotei 6 you got to take out. That feels like something like that we've had in games before. It's like, here are all the bosses, this is the fire one, this is the ice one, this is the silly one, go get them. Right, but I think the way they kind of trickle them out to you is good, and the way you kind of lose the thread feels good in a way, like where in some games you kind of like get distracted and go off somewhere and then forget like, oh yeah, I was tracking the fire boss. What's the deal there? The way the game throws distractions at you and the way it's written and the way everything, all the way the side quests are designed, it's very much like keeping you on task, or at least keeping things top of mind. The first game did this really well too, right? Like you were meditating, you were playing your little flute, but you were still focused on the mission, and like you knew that Jin was still a person doing this thing. This game does that again, but I think it's more of a flex now because of how non-linear it is. So it was really interesting to see that play out. This story also too, like presentation wise, direction wise, like it has all that. It has all the style, all the craziness from the first game. It has emotion, and I think like the first game too, it takes a while to really pick up um, in terms of gameplay because of the tool set and stuff. It's like the first game. Like in the first game, I didn't love the stealth until hours and hours in, where I was like maxed out and I had all these tools. Kind of feels the same way here again. And the story, I think it just kind of gets way more interesting as it goes along. There's also a lot more like action set pieces and big moments in this one, like big unique moments. So yeah, it's hard to explain why, but I think it's an improvement and it's an additive sequel in a lot of ways. But for me, just didn't quite blow me away as much as the first one. I think some aspects of the story are a little predictable, and I think I liked Jin Sakai a little bit more as a character.
Really?
I think
he didn't have too much going on though. Like he
didn't have too much going on, but I think he did by the end. I think by the end I was just like really on board. Where I think the story, I just it's literally just subjective. I really liked the whole thing with Jin Sakai and like the honor and like what it means to be a samurai and like what rules you follow and who you are as a person. I just like that. But I think this is good. I think if you liked Ghost of Tsushima and you want more Ghost of Tsushima, you're getting it here. If you were looking for it to like really step things forward a lot, not quite. But like, especially because like pretty early on in the game, you get into the like, all right, I'm roaming a big field. Here comes another bird. Here comes another fox I need to chase. And it's like very much the same thing. So yeah, so there's a lot of same stuff, but there's a lot of new stuff. I'm kind of like contradicting myself. I'm fresh off of writing the review, but yeah.
So would you say that like the open world stuff, because I think that was one of the biggest criticisms of Ghost of Tsushima, which is that like, cool, nice wrapper, looks really pretty, cool combat, etc. But the open world stuff, this is this like classic Ubisoft fodder, kind of, but just repackaged a little bit, less grinding, whatever. Do you think that there's been a genuine evolution when it comes to that those open world activities and how they're presented and the diversity of them or whatever? Or you're like, it's basically the same, but just, a little bit more of it.
Somewhat, but I will also defend Tsushima, because like at first I felt the same way playing that game, but then once I like really got sucked into it, I like the activities and everything as this kind of like contemplative, kind of chill game that let you kind of like just focus on the world and kind of like when you're not killing dudes, like vibe out a little bit.
Yeah.
So this game still continues that, but I think what Yotei does is it has some really killer side quests, and to the point where like sometimes they don't feel like side quests. It has that
Okay.
thing.
Sure.
Um, and a lot of times I'd literally walk past a guy on the side of a building leaning up against a wall that like you don't notice he has a side quest until you get close enough to him where you notice you can click on him. And then I ended up doing that side quest and being blown away by it. And it tying into and feeling like it's still kind of connected to the story, and it's not like an actual diversion. Like it's still this character doing her thing. And then me going, wow, I could have just walked past that guy and missed that whole incredible side quest. So for that, I think it definitely is an improvement.
What is it? So in terms of, I remember in Tsushima, you would have your allies who you would, they would train you up and, they would get interconnected in the story. Is there anything like that? Or is it very much just Atsu's quest?
A lot of it, it's senseis. So you find senseis that are like, oh, I heard there was a weapon master who lives in the mountains, and then he teaches you how to use the spear, and he'll have his own little side quests and like little like things you can do to unlock new abilities and stuff like that. The other thing is the wolf. The wolf is really cool.
So is the wolf with you the whole time, or what?
The wolf is not with you the whole time.
Okay.
The wolf. I don't want to like spoil it too much, but essentially the wolf starts off as just kind of this like random encounter thing that happens sometimes.
Okay.
And then it becomes kind of an open world thing to stumble upon, where you'll be like, oh, hey, it's you again. What, do you need help? Oh, let's go, boy. And then you'll like fuck up some dudes together, and then you'll get a little point, and then that wolf eventually gets its own skill tree where you can essentially dump points into increasing its likelihood to show up.
Okay.
And also in terms of like what it does when it does show up.
Right.
It also works as the wolf also acts as like the last chance mechanic. So if you lose all your health and you die, like Tsushima, the enemy will come up and be like, one final blow. And right when he does, the wolf just goes, "Orf!" off screen and like bites the guy's arm, and he's like, "Youch!" And it's cool.
That's nice. I love that.
Yeah, it's the other thing too in terms of people helping you along is the bow maker, the armorer, the map guy, a couple other little like weird vendors. They kind of roam around. If you get to a new town, chances are you'll probably bump into one of them setting up shop there. And then also
they come to
when
your campfire, right?
Yeah, which they talked about in the state of play. It's cool that happens. It's not as much of a game changer as you would think it is, but at the very least, it's cool that it happens, and it's nice to have sometimes. Also, just again, like same with the first game too. Like I don't know a lot about Japan, and I probably shouldn't let a video game teach me, but I have learned a couple of things. I didn't know anything about the time period. The way the lords and the shogun and like all these different things, like how that all worked. I didn't really have any clue. So I've learned a lot from Tsushima. I've learned more here.
The fact that you have to get all your kit off when you go to those public spas, it's very confronting the first time you do it. But you gotta do it. It's the rules, man. They don't allow it.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
That's right. No, thank you. Pants? No, thank you. No, thank you.
No, I will wear a full shirt in the pool. Yeah. So definitely if you're a fan, it's worth checking out.
Yeah,
it's a big game. It's a very big
game.
Yeah.
Have you finished it yet?
Yeah. I was definitely, because I dawdled a lot, like I really dicked around.
Okay.
I'm in like 35 something hours.
Okay, cool. So it's like it's similar. It feels similar to the last one then.
They said that the main quests ran around a similar time.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
cool.
Yeah,
nice.
It's very pretty.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's chill.
You play on PS5 Pro?
Yes.
Okay, and are there like graphical settings for like?
Yeah, so I had the mode that was like performance mode with the ray tracing.
Okay.
So it has a good frame rate and it looks really good.
Okay. Yeah. Do you know, is that like 45 frames or 60, or do you know?
It's 60.
It's 60 with ray tracing.
Yeah.
Damn, man.
It's got that Spider-Man. Good. It's got that Spider-Man business on it.
Magic.
Spider tech.
I know what they're doing.
Spider tech. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm like really pumped. I mean, I think the first one was such a beautiful game. It was such a breakout surprise and success, and loved it. And I mean, I'm personally, I'm really most interested in the story side of it. Like you're basically saying that the story doesn't hit quite as hard as because you weren't as wedded to the main character for you personally.
I think so, yeah, and a couple
Okay.
of things I predicted too.
Okay, because I think that was the weakness of Ghost of Tsushima for me. I just felt like there wasn't a lot of source to the story or the characters. There was
What
some
I'll give them here
moments.
is that there is more of it.
Okay,
Where
more
in the
story.
first game it was like pretty fairly distributed.
Yes.
Here it's a lot more like active, and
Okay.
every essentially of the Yotei 6, they're all like their own like whole sub stories, because it's not just like a guy, a sub boss in a castle waiting for you. Like it's like there's like a whole army around that person, there's a whole region, there's often like a whole culture around that person, and also like they go on for a while. There's one where you go and you think you're about to finally get to him and kill him, and then you start from square one, like you get caught, and this whole so there's like hours to some of them, and it's not quite what you'd expect how it goes down, but some of them are really cool. Like the Yotei 6 guys themselves. There's one that's like really creepy. There's a duo one. There's one that kind of gives off like Immortan Joe vibes. It's cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Does it have like a Western vibe to that as well? Like, is that part of it or not really?
It continues kind of like the flavor that the first game had with some of that.
The music, I think,
I think the music's better this time around.
Yeah,
I was blown away. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah,
I remember
the opening music was like
that opening, man.
They also know how to do an opening. Like,
do they manage to top that title card sequence from the first game? Because I don't think any game ever has delivered a better title card drop.
It's similar.
Like,
it's
I'd be happy
similar.
to hear I'd be happy to hear other submissions for a better title card drop than that. Anyone?
Metal Gear Solid. Sorry.
Fucking going up the elevator.
But bam,
just
when
a
it hits,
dude, that's right.
So cool.
So cool. He totally stood there on that elevator while it went up. It was amazing. Your fucking 13-year-old brain losing it at the time. Oh my god, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. I'm gonna cry.
No.
Did you guys actually, speaking of which, did you guys see all this Kojima bullshit that he did for the like?
Oh, we didn't talk about this. We actually should have talked about this.
Yeah, we should have actually.
So that's Ghost of Yotei.
Yeah,
there you go. Love it or hate it.
I don't think anyone's gonna hate it, right? Is anyone gonna hate this?
What?
Like Ghost of Yotei. You don't think anyone's gonna hate this, or just like?
I think some people aren't gonna play it, but yeah.
But like, it's not like a hateable game in the sense that it might not be for you, but you're not like, oh, this game fucking sucks. I don't know.
No, because I think at the very least it addresses the open world fatigue in a way. Like the first game did too for me. I was like, oh, okay, this is an open world thing, but I think I dig it. Yeah, same here. And also the combat, like it's not like insanely hard combat, but there is a good level of mastery to it, man. When you get those perfect parries down and you can do a whole encounter where you perfect parry, one shot each guy, and you really do feel like that badass.
Right.
That's cool. So
nice.
May they continue to make cool samurai Ronin type games.
Yeah. Anyway, the Kojima stuff, right? If anyone missed this, Kojima held like a showcase like webinar
for himself.
For himself.
It was an Apple event.
It was called like
is that what it actually was?
It's an Apple event. It's called
I
Beyond
just
the
assumed
Strand.
it was him.
No, it actually was just he put it on for himself, and he announced a whole bunch of stuff. Like he showed like the key art for Fizzant, which is the Sony backed tactical espionage game.
Can I show you guys something?
Immediately,
is it your
some of
lock
the sickest.
screen?
I'm honestly thought about making it as my phone lock screen because it was just the sickest.
Oh my
it's
god,
so sick, man!
It's so cool.
As soon as I saw it, I'm like, I don't know how they do this, but they keep making the sickest shit I've ever seen in my life. I don't know if that character design is Yoji Shinkawa though.
I don't know. It doesn't seem like his style.
It doesn't seem like it is his style. That's the thing, right? So I wonder if it's someone else.
But I don't know because like a couple of things, not to get annoying, but the like cross section, right? There's like the tactical gear under like a lot of straps, very like okay, like it's a Kojima thing. And then the coat to me is very Snatcher and kind of like Deckard's coat, which I love. I think that's really cool. Do you guys think it's Robert Pattinson? I see a lot of people saying it's Robert Pattinson's face. I don't see it.
I do see it, but I see a lot of people say Eddie Redmayne.
Is that the guy who I'm thinking of? That's exactly who I'm thinking of. I'm like, I don't know his name, but it's this guy. It's definitely this guy. It's Eddie Redmayne, 100%. When I see it, I'm like, that's him, man. It's him.
But I wonder because has Kojima posted Kojima has met Robert Pattinson.
Yeah,
we know he's a fan. We know he's a fan of Twilight. He was posting about Twilight recently.
He has said things about wanting to do something with him, or there's been some like someone asked him a question about it.
Right.
But
cool.
Yeah, I don't know.
Cool.
I just think it's cool. It's funny that a little poster art for a game that's probably like still barely in pre-production.
Yeah.
It gets people excited, but
yeah. But
it goes back to what I've said, and I don't know if I said this on the podcast, but I've said it in my videos. Like Kojima is best when he's making cool teenage boy bullshit, where it's just cool guy with a gun and like robots.
Yeah,
I'm in, and this is exactly what that is.
No, for sure. So there was that announcement.
OD.
Sorry,
no, I was asking the same thing.
Yeah.
Do we think OD stands for open door?
I don't know.
Do we know what it stands for?
No.
I have no idea.
Oh, dang.
PT, playable teaser, OD, open door. First one's called Knock. There was a door in that trailer. I got you.
Yeah, it could be. It could be.
Obligatory dumpster. No,
come on, man.
What about
Stu? Just cut that, Stu.
No. Wait,
you can't let that. You can't let the people hear that.
So hang on. So PT is playable teaser. OD, observable drama.
We're not going down this path. Stu, cut this whole block, man.
What's a synonym for something like spooky?
Stop. We're just stop. Okay, anyway, the point is, it looked really fucking creepy, and visually it has a really nice sort of, I'm going to say filter. Filter sounds like a really crude, awful term to apply when you're looking at when you're talking about video game graphics that some artists and technical wizards worked on for probably months. But when the word that comes to mind is filter, because there's this kind of effect. It's just like a room with some chairs, right?
It's an A24 horror room.
Exactly, the A24 filter. It's here, you know what I mean? And it looks cool. I don't know. I'm just excited to see him playing in the horror space, because obviously PT was that unfulfilled dream, and all those dreams that he had, he can probably just do them here now.
He does creepy so good, so well.
He really does. He really does, and that was what was so great about the BTs in Death Stranding 1. And one of the many reasons why I was less enthused about number 2, because it was a way less creepy game, and I love that part of Death Stranding. So
yeah, Death Stranding 2, you could just 360 no scope them
while riding your coffin skateboard,
I mean, Sophia Lillis, I remember being like the standout of all the child actors in it from a few years ago. So I'm really stoked to see her, and I'm a big fan of Hunter Schafer as well.
Yep.
Loved Euphoria, and so I'm just really interested to see how he's going to use acting talent.
I also like it really feels like a continuation of PT.
It really
in terms of some of the repetition of what she was doing, but also like the gross worms coming out of the cup. There, you heard a little radio static. The text on screen that pops up basically references PT. Yeah, babies, of course. I'm like, what's with this guy and babies? Jeez. But yeah, I think I like that he is kind of picking up where he left off with PT in a way, because PT was just a demo thing. And I know people have listened to gaming YouTubers, circle jerk this game, but I really do think that PT experience was very influential in terms of indie horror, and we saw a lot of projects try and replicate that and run with that. So
remember when someone beat it for the first time, and they were streaming it on Twitch, and they people because remember you didn't know how to beat it. It was a very specific set of things that you had to do. I think was it a girl who did it the first time? It's probably on YouTube somewhere.
Yeah, once that hit, and then once it started to come out, people were like, oh shit, and then the Silent Hill thing at the end, Silent Hills. Yeah, so I just think that there's a lot of potential for this one. Now OD Knock, right? So if I'm correct, OD is the horror collaborative, the horror anthology thing, and Knock is Kojima's game.
Yeah,
where other horror directors.
Jordan Peele's got one.
Yeah.
Does Del Toro have one?
I don't know if he does.
They had a nice little pregnancy announcement photo that they took together for some reason. Did you see that? I don't know why he was cradling. But he was cradling his stomach.
It was Junior. That's right. Danny DeVito and Schwarzenegger. That was it. So yeah, beautiful moment for them. Really nice.
It was lovely.
Yeah, but I think the other thing he announced in that showcase was also the fact that he's releasing a Kojima sake. which I will be buying
Yeah.
day one.
Kojima
And
credit card.
there's also a Kojima credit card, which they're calling Debt Stranding. So that's great. And yeah, that was his whole weird showcase. And I don't know, man. Like, look, it's great that he's got other. It's great that he's got projects on the boil.
Yeah.
I think the world probably could have done without a Kojima credit card. I don't think we need that
Absolutely.
with
That's where he
points
starts
that
to
are
lose me,
redeemable
man.
towards Kojima merchandise. I think that's probably not what we need more of. But hey, Kojima, man, he's gonna do his thing.
Well, I was going to say, we were thinking about what we were going to do for our 100th episode, and I guess I have a whole pitch deck to throw out now.
Absolutely.
If we're not interested in this kind of thing.
We're going to get blind drunk on Kojima sake.
Can you even do that?
Well, I don't know. I've never.
got
Good
some
question. I've never got drunk on sake.
Yeah, me either.
No comment. I've got some Cyberpunk. There was the Assassin's Creed wines.
Sure.
I have the Edward Kenway Black Flag rum I've never opened.
Yeah, we're gonna get some of that Fallout 76 rum as well.
I got that. I have Final Fantasy 15 wine.
Okay,
it's red wine over here.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure it's aged beautifully.
Yeah.
So it tastes like vinegar at this point. Probably tasted like vinegar at the start, to be honest.
Did.
So yeah, that's Kojima. I reckon we should probably throw to another sponsor, and then let's talk about something on left.
Sounds good.
So this video is brought to you by Raycon, longtime supporter of the show. We appreciate them. Been using Raycon for years. Very high quality audio at an extremely affordable price. Multiple different design options. They've recently released an open earbud one. Have you guys seen this one yet?
Yes.
Which kind of like just sits. It's fantastic for exercise. It's what I've been using. But by far and away, their most popular model is their everyday earbuds. And now they've got the classic version of those because they did a refresh of the everyday earbuds that added new features. And they changed the design. And then some people were like, but we also like the old design. So that's what Jake is showing you right now. It's the old classic Raycon design with all of the new features from the update, including things such as
multi-point connectivity, quick charge functionality, active noise cancellation, which is huge. It's just a good example of Raycon providing a lot of features in their earbuds that normally you would have to pay an arm and a leg for with like premium wireless audio brands.
Yep. And just the fact that it has awareness mode, so if I'm walking around outside but I still want to kind of pay attention to what I'm doing, check that I'm not going to get run over by a car or anything, it's there.
Yep.
I can hear it.
They make great gifts. They're easy to throw in a bag. They're ready to go. They're surprisingly durable as well. I've been using them for years. I always have a backup pair ready to go when I'm traveling, just in case. I got my dad a pair. He loves them. He hasn't stopped talking about them. I'm like, Dad, relax.
Yeah, that's always been the thing about Raycons. It's, really, really affordable, high quality audio. And if you want to grab some for yourself, it's really easy to do that. You can go to buyraycon.com/friends to get 20% off a pair of everyday earbuds classic. That's buyraycon.com/friends for 20% off the everyday earbuds classic. Do check them out. We really like them. We've liked them for a long time. Buyraycon.com/friends for 20% off. Thanks to them for sponsoring the video.
Here in our corner of the world, it's fall. So it's my favorite time of year for getting cozy and eating good, warm, comfortable meals. And that's where the sponsor of this podcast, HelloFresh, comes in. If you don't know, HelloFresh is a great alternative if, either you're incredibly busy, you're not caught up on grocery shopping, or maybe you're just a budding chef and you're still learning the ropes. Right, yeah. Lucy, you've been dabbling in HelloFresh for quite some time now. Am I right?
Yes. So I've been using HelloFresh for years because when I was growing up, I was maybe not very confident in the kitchen up until maybe, like 5 or 6 years ago. I was really not very confident in the kitchen. And I think the fact that HelloFresh has, at this point now, 100 options to choose from every week. And it has really great detailed instructions on how to prepare the ingredients and how to make something that they give you these great ingredients and that it's going to be delicious at the end of it. And it really built up my confidence. And so I'm at the point now where I'm looking forward to cooking because I have all these skills that I've learned from doing so much HelloFresh.
That's great. And then on the flip side with me, I'm a bit of a food snob. And sometimes I look at some of these things and think, well, how good is the recipe going to be? Or how good are the ingredients going to be? And HelloFresh absolutely delivers. Not only that, but with the amount of options they have, right? They've just added like way more seafood to the menu. You can do protein packed meals. You can do vegetarian meals. There's a bunch of stuff, especially because they're updating it with like seasonal flavors and stuff. So again, you can really get into that fall spirit with some of their new recipes.
Yeah, and make sure that you always eat your veggies too. So you can definitely, make sure that you're putting stuff in your body that is good. So the best way to cook just got better. Go to hellofresh.com/FPS10FM now, and that means you can get 10 free meals plus a free item for life. So that is one per box with active subscription. So go to hellofresh.com/FPS10FM. That's hellofresh.com/FPS10FM now. Thank you so much to HelloFresh for sponsoring this episode.
All right, folks, so we are back, and we have a user question, which I think might tie into our next thing nicely, potentially. This comes from Anthony Di Navarro, who says, "Hey, friends, greetings from Old Blighty." What is that?
That's the UK.
That is the
UK? Oh, right. I thought he was like
Blighttown reference,
hanging out in Blighttown, running at
I mean, some places in the UK, certainly.
It's basically Blighttown at this point. So there you go.
So Anthony says, Lucy recently mentioned she had never played a Silent Hill game despite enjoying survival horror. We all have gaming blind spots and games and series we've never played for whatever reason. For my part, I've never played a Hitman game despite loving immersive sims and stealth games. I've also never played a Fire Emblem or a Tales of game despite having played many JRPGs and TRPGs over the years. I've bought many, but not played them yet. So what are your biggest gaming black spots? That's tough.
That's a good one. I mean, I think I always talk about Yakuza series as being like probably my biggest blind spot that I really wish to like, I got to get on that shit. So that's definitely one. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question otherwise.
I had to look at like a list of long-running video game franchises and see which ones I didn't.
FIFA, man, FIFA's a big blind spot for me personally. You know, it's a real problem.
Yeah, sports games, absolutely.
And that used to be the case because we grew up playing sports games, right? Like
absolutely.
I don't know, I bought Madden like for multiple years.
I bought the 2K football games, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they were great. Like we used to grow up. FIFA, NHL, Madden, what else? Yeah, the NBA games. Yeah, I used to play tons of sports games growing up. And then obviously all the microtransactions began. I'm like, no, I'm done with that shit now, right? So that has remained a really, and I often wondered to myself, if I went back and played one of those games, like if I picked up the FIFA right now and played it for the first time, and I honestly have not played a FIFA game, I'm going to say for 20 years, right? I'm going to say it's probably 15 years, right? Would I actually really like FIFA? Like, would I actually just go, you know what? I don't need to do any of the Ultimate Team stuff. This is just a fun game to play on its own. Maybe it would be. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just have no interest. That's the truth. I did play the Formula 1 game recently, though. Their like latest Formula 1 game. And I actually really enjoyed that a lot. I thought that was great. Because yeah, you just racing cars. Feels great.
Are you into F1 in general at all? Any interest?
Not at all. I always wish I was, but I'm just not.
Yeah.
But yeah, I enjoyed that quite a bit. So I don't know. Yeah, the sports category is a big blind spot.
Me too, but yeah, I have I don't even like sports in kind of like real life, so I don't know if I would enjoy. I'm also looking through. I think the spot for me is we'll talk about Silent Hill in a second, but like a lot of Nintendo. Never grew up with the system other than a Game Boy Color, and even then I was too young and I didn't have anyone who was really saying you should play this and this. I had the Mummy game and 2 versions of Pokemon. Excellent. But I didn't have a cable to trade Pokemon with myself, and also you couldn't do that. Okay. And I also had Alone in the Dark for Game Boy.
I didn't even know they made that.
Damn. It's not good. They shouldn't.
What a surprise.
Yes, but so, I kind of never grew up with Metroid or, I played Donkey Kong and I played Mario, but I couldn't tell you which one because it was just at someone's house. I never had that. Got it. So Nintendo's also Chrono Trigger.
Okay, yep. Fair enough.
Yeah.
For me, I enjoy quite a few JRPGs. But I have complete series just missing, like Dragon Quest. Never really
Yeah.
touched those.
But
Maybe
that's
maybe
very common for us in the West, right? Because
yeah.
even though Dragon Quest picked up in popularity in the last like 1 or 2 releases here, it was always a series that was just only ever played in Japan unless you like really went out of your way to check it out. Like it was very
I don't
it
know what
seems like
happened though, because it's like I guess like you can only grab so many as a kid. Because I remember playing some of the Breath of Fire games and liking
Mm.
those, but then for some reason Dragon Quest never even got on my
But I was
radar.
like, they just never really marketed it that much, did they, back then?
Yeah.
Like, am I wrong about that? I just feel like they would made no real effort. I wonder how many of those old games were actually localized for Western releases. I don't
Yeah,
know.
good point.
And then
Yeah.
I don't know how many of them were marketed. It was really only from like, I don't know, 10 or 11 onwards that I was really starting to notice it more. And that's recent, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Danganronpa and like visual novel type
Oh,
games. I have
yeah.
a lot of people tell me that those are, and I'm
Big
like,
time.
Yeah.
I also just like, I don't often say this, but like I don't see the appeal. And like I try a lot of genres and I jump in, but I'm like, really? Okay. You know,
Yeah.
that's just
Fair
me.
enough. Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I always just think at like zooming out. I actually often think about the broader blind spots that we have in terms of what we do and how we do it. What I mean is like mobile,
Oh yeah.
Fortnite,
Oh
Rogue,
yeah.
Fortnite, big time. Fortnite's a
like
big
all
one.
that shit
Yeah.
is like bigger than like Roblox alone is bigger than the entirety of every game on Steam combined.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like literally though, right? And if you were to ask me to describe one Roblox game, I would be like, can't do it. No idea. You know what I mean?
Grow
Just
a
can't do it.
garden.
I can't even.
and
I'm like
the
Roblox. If you ask me to describe Roblox, it's like you're a little Minecraft guy.
That's what I
Like, you
think.
could do whatever
You're
you
like,
want. You can get like sex trafficked if you
You
want.
can, totally. You can spend all your dad's money, right,
Yeah.
on some shitty game.
you can grow a
while
garden and
speaking
you
while
can
speaking to perverts. Do you know what I mean?
walk
Like,
down a catwalk. I feel like I might get shit from it. Maybe not from people who listen to and watch our podcast, but
definitely not.
the catwalk shit,
What's that?
ugliest shit I've ever seen in my life.
What is it?
What is this?
There's a whole catwalk fashion show thing. It's huge. Lady
In
Gaga had a in
Roblox?
Roblox,
Oh,
and
right,
Lady
right.
Gaga had a collab recently, and I took a look at some of it, and I was like,
But are you doing a catwalk as a little Duplo bootleg Minecraft guy?
I think so. Hang on, what's it? Hang on, Roblox.
But this is how they do it these days. Remember when like
feel
Second Life was all the rage and companies were buying up like blocks of
Like
land
space,
in Second
yeah.
Life to open up shops or
Yeah.
whatever? Remember that shit back in
Yeah.
the day?
Search for dress to impress Roblox.
Okay, all right, let's do that now. So this whole thing is such a massive blind spot for all of us because it actually is going to take over everything, and all of the people who are growing up playing this, they're not graduating into like God of War and Red Dead. Do you know what I mean?
No,
like
they're not. Like Fortnite, I think there's at least some carryover in pop culture, but I think I see like stuff like Roblox, like zero translation.
No, that's true. I agree with that. I totally agree with you on that.
Where is the Roblox movie?
Oh god, this looks so awful. Holy hell! Why do
I
the characters
hate
look
that.
so?
I hate
Why do
their
their characters look so
pumpkin heads.
weird? They look just. Oh my god, they've got bigger cheeks than I do. Fuck me.
A friend of mine, when we were at university, dyed his hair red, and he had an allergic reaction to it, and his head turned into a square. And that is what I think.
Sounds like you're basically describing Conan O'Brien right here.
Oh, no. It was much more like this. I feel so bad, but it was very funny. And he was fine.
Okay, so Roblox is definitely one, mobile is the other, where it's just like, again, mobile is bigger than everything, and we just really don't ever talk about it. I am playing some Destiny Rising, which is nice.
You put your time in on Marvel Snap?
Oh, absolutely. I've actually taken a month off from it. I'm actually taking a month off from it. First time I've taken a month off since launch, but I was just like, I'll just see how this feels to not play it for a month. Because there's some frustrating things going on with that game. But yep, absolutely. But I almost don't consider Marvel Snap a true mobile game because it's good. So therefore, it doesn't fall into the category of the fucking mobile garbage that, you know what I mean? Like, it's a really well-made, proper video game that appeals to the likes of us, as opposed to just being some like endorphin, like slot machine simulator kind of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Fighting
MOBAs and
fighting
esports games.
Yeah, no, for sure. I definitely did my time with League though, for sure. Absolutely.
I played Valorant a little bit.
Okay. I tried League.
First impressions, but
I played Heroes of the Storm for an Overwatch skin.
Oh wow. Okay.
What was the epic
That's
one
sad.
that died and then it came back a little bit as something else?
Paragon.
Yeah, I played that like for a minute.
Yeah, and then
That's
it came
it.
back as there's 2 projects
Renegade.
it came back as. No, it came
Yes.
back as oh fuck,
I know.
Predecessor, and there's
Yeah.
another one which I
Yes.
can't remember the name of, but there was another project as well. So yeah.
Anyway, so a lot of things that we don't play.
Yep,
There's not enough
for sure.
time. Not enough time.
There is not enough time. Oh, you know what? Actually, one other thing I will say that I'm actually really keen to one day fill the gap is those games where you just drive a truck around.
Oh, the
I really wanna-
simulators.
dude.
I really want to play
Yeah.
those games where I'm just a trucker dude, just going and just driving for an hour on the road.
Yeah.
For some reason, I'm getting to the age where that's starting to sound appealing. You know what I mean?
There are so many simulator games that I'm just like I've never heard of. I got one today, and they're getting so specific. I got a press release for one today that's called Vacation Cafe Simulator.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Okay,
And I was
cool.
like,
Not just cafe
okay.
simulator, vacation cafe.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Realtor
Beach.
addicted to opiates simulator.
Oh god.
The list writes itself. We should
It
make
does.
we should do a whole series or some spin-off thing where we play games that are completely something we would never ever play.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be fun.
My dream is to just one day eventually just start playing the worst, most obscure Steam games that get sent to my inbox. I think Super Bunny Hop used to have a series called like Games
Yeah,
from
I
My
believe
Inbox.
he did.
Yeah, and I just get so many of them. Like, because I don't think anyone really knows this, but like I have a curator page on Steam, and the way it works is that basically anyone who releases a game on Steam just kind of flicks you a code through this Steam curator thing, and some of the shit that gets sent to me is just unbelievable. It's so wild. Like it's just everything. It's crazy. So one day that's going to be when I retire. I'm just going to start like plowing my inbox and just doing like, look at this weird thing someone made, and it doesn't even run, and it only lasts for like 15 minutes, and that's the game. So yeah. Anyway, good question.
Lucy,
Thank you very much. What was the
you had a
name?
blind spot. It was Silent Hill.
Oh, it was Silent Hill, which I think
Mm.
leads us quite nicely into discussion of Silent Hill F, a game that I
Almost like we planned it that way.
Yeah.
almost. I mean, and if
Almost.
Stu cut out the discussion that we had planning it, then it's seamless. Yeah, I'm loving Silent Hill F. I think the vibe is so. I love survival horror. I love horror in general.
And to be completely clear, right? It's your first Silent Hill?
First Silent Hill.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
So that's the thing. I cannot talk about what it's like and if it is a real, true Silent Hill game or any of that. I can only talk to it as my experience as playing this game with fresh eyes. I don't want to say when in the story I am, but I feel like I'm right about to hit the ending, the first ending. Because I hear the second ending recontextualizes a lot and makes everything. So I will be, that's this weekend that I will be doing that. I think in terms of things that I think it really nails, and I think I said this when I played it at Gamescom, is that I'm nosy. And I love hearing Hinako's inner monologue as it is written through her diary. I love to understand more about how she is understanding what is happening to her and talks about her friends and talks about her family. And I think the fact that it is done in using the diary instead of just having the actress like speak it. I think is much more impactful.
Yeah, it's a good diary. It's a good diary.
It's a really good diary.
It's a really beautiful diary. But I think just in terms of the horror, I think what really intrigues me and the thing that I like the most about it is that even from the very beginning, I was immediately overanalyzing everything that other characters were saying, that Hinako was saying. There's a point, so like the very first scene is your dad is arguing with your mum, and you as Hinako, like it's very clear that your dad has a lot of resentment about you in particular. And they do a thing where it's like you don't see their faces, but your dad's face anyway, and it cuts to showing a bottle of beer just like rolling over. And so when I went to walk into the town, the first thing I was doing was looking at all of the placement of beer bottles and other things in the environment, because I was like, sometimes she'll comment on things, like there'll be little magazines or something that talks about what a perfect woman should be. And sometimes there'll be beer bottles and she would comment on it, wow, who's drinking during the day? Like, that's weird, that kind of thing. And it immediately kind of conditioned me from the very beginning to just look at everything. And it's so funny when you have a horror game, that really forces you to slow down. And a lot of Silent Hill F, I think, is pretty slow. But I think I'm getting so much more enjoyment out of it because of that, and because I'm meticulously reading every single journal entry. I am backtracking all of the time in every area that I'm in to make sure I don't miss a single thing.
Yeah, and to mention too, like a lot of the lore and like the scrap pages and notes you pick up first playthrough, especially, like you're like, oh, who's this about? What are they talking
Yeah.
about? What is this? Changing the world about?
Yeah.
There's a
And
lot of that.
there's a lot of that. And I think in terms of the puzzles, so I'm playing on story difficulty hard puzzles, which is what they recommended, at least for your first playthrough.
Yeah.
I love the challenge of the puzzles. I have been having just such a good time taking notes and making sure that, I mean, there's like a kind of maths adjacent one when you get to the school, and I was like, this is my time. This is my time. I remember in Alan Wake 2 when there were actual math puzzles, and I was like, we're back. We're so back, baby.
I can't remember those.
Some of the some of the boxes, like the prepper boxes or whatever.
Oh, I do remember those now. Yep, absolutely. Yep, sure.
I love that. I love that. I think the kind of the combat is the one thing that everyone calls out. And I was talking about it with Kurt today. Kurt, who has now, by the way, finished it 7 times.
Oh my god!
He has
so
every single ending.
Is that because he loves it or because he had to?
Both.
Okay.
Well, no, it was like, because he was like, I'm going to replay it and see if I get every ending. And then I think at one point he actually biffed it and missed a big thing, so he didn't get the ending. So he went back and did it because he was really enjoying it. But I was talking to him about it, and we both were saying that we got to the place where the combat at the beginning, it doesn't feel very good. There's not, it does, straight up, just doesn't feel very good. And it is not the thing that I am there for. But by the sort of, a few hours in, it is a thing that I accept and I know how to deal with. And I'm confident enough in it and I'm familiar enough in it that it does not ruin my actual gameplay experience.
I did feel like there was too much of it.
There is more than
especially
I really...
the back end.
Yeah, the back end, by the back end. And this is the problem with the way it is structured. I love a survival horror game where it's like, you got to replay it again because there's more stuff. And they do a really good job enticing that and making that palatable because they add so much stuff in more playthroughs. But by the end of the first playthrough, I was like, I don't want to fucking kill all those guys again, man. I'm done with this. So I had to like take a beat before I jump back in. But yeah, I think it was like towards the end, it was too many combat arenas where it was like, you have to kill all these things.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't love that.
Yeah, and some of them, some of the encounters are kind of just bullshit. Like, I definitely hit in the window, or I definitely dodged that. And so there is frustration there for sure. In terms of vibes, in terms of story, I'm really, really digging it, and I just can't wait to see how it ends. I was talking about this with Kurt. I love that Resident Evil is like... Resident Evil, I feel like, especially with 9, especially as Resident Evil's gotten bigger and bigger, it's not going to be as really fucked up as I want it to be.
Yeah.
I think it will kind of always hold back a bit. Silent Hill, at least from F, I hope it goes more fucked up. I like how it is just messed up.
Yeah. And it's essentially like Resident Evil, especially like early Resident Evil, is for like boys who love comic books and dumb shit, and then Silent Hill is for people who like read books and are sad. I think that's good. And honestly, like this Silent Hill still feels like that to me. We can get into like what makes a Silent Hill game. It's kind of up to the fan, but Ralph, where are you at with this?
Yeah, look, I really loved it. I really did, and I think it's very. As I was playing it, I knew that it was going to be a very divisive title in the sort of Silent Hill anthology or whatever you want to call it, whatever. I was very, very drawn in by its setup. I was very drawn in by its and engaged by its storytelling. I really felt like, Ryokishi 7, the author, was obviously trying to keep many elements at arm's length from you as a player. Like, you could guess what this was about.
Mm.
And you never really knew though, because that was
Yeah.
the point. He
I
wanted
love
you
that.
to guess. And it's like, and so those answers, because I haven't done multiple endings yet, but it's like, those answers do eventually come, and some of them are going to be satisfying and some of them are not. But I feel like the space that he provides as an author is kind of the most interesting thing, because I actually care more about my interpretations of the story than the story itself, which I know is going to be a weird thing to say, and I'm sure people will, like, clip that shit or whatever. But the truth, that is the truth. Like, maybe a story ends up disappointing me, but if it's like led me along and given me genuine space to interface with its elements and like think about them and come up with my own conclusions about things, my own theories, I really appreciate that a lot, even if the ending doesn't quite stick the landing, because I've
Mm.
gone through a very stimulating thought exercise during it. And that's what Silent Hill F was to me more than anything else. It was trying to pick apart this thing and guess what it was really trying to say. Some parts of it, there was a lot of clarity and it felt very rewarding. Other parts, it was just more question marks. And I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll just have to keep going. Um, but I think the fact that it was willing to do that was great. I think the themes that it was dealing with were really interesting. It obviously wasn't holding back, and it didn't feel like there was it was running things through a filter, which most games we play these days do. Like 98% of the games that we all play and talk about on this podcast, they're pretty chill. They're not really very confronting in terms of their themes and topics and imagery and whatever else.
Yeah.
Sure, like Wolverine drives his claws into some dude's skull. That's just cartoon violence.
Mm.
There's other violence in this game, which is symbolic violence, which has a lot of meaning. And it's kind of like, if you really look at that violence and combine it with what Hinako's saying in her diary and what it means within like the broader story, it really affects you. You really think about it and it stays with you. That sort of imagery is very powerful. So
Yeah.
I loved it for all
Man.
those things. Yeah, like, you know what I'm talking about. There are some scenes where you're like, whoa, okay.
Mm.
So the gameplay stuff, I totally agree, and it's exactly what I said in my review, which is, I'm like, combat's not great. I don't think it's terrible either. I don't think,
Yeah.
oh, this is the worst, and I think many people are saying that it actually is horrifically bad combat, and I think I can understand how you think that. I don't think it's an unreasonable thing to say. It's just that I don't really care that much. Like, it kind of hits a minimum bar where I'm like, okay, well, I'm not frustrated playing this. I'm not like, this is terrible. I just kind of get through the combat in order to
Mm.
progress the story and learn more about the world and see a new environment and all that sort of stuff. So for me, that's always been how combat exists in Silent Hill games. So I just was never
Yeah.
bothered by that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and as I said in my review, I'm like, personally, I think this combat is better than Silent Hill 2 remake, right? For the simple reason that, like, it feels thematically fitting. Whereas, Silent Hill 2 remake, James was just such a powerhouse and he was so like strong and relentless and he could animation cancel and he had no fear. You didn't have to be scared of anything in Silent Hill 2 remake because he was
Yeah.
so powerful and untiring. But here with the stamina bar and the sanity meter and the limited resources and yada yada, like, yeah, I really kind of I felt engaged in combat. It felt like it made sense to not engage every foe and run away when I could.
Yeah.
I felt that tension and that weakness, and I felt moments where my stamina bar was empty and they were going in for a haymaker, and I was like, okay, this is going to happen now. Nothing I can do to stop it, right?
Yeah.
That I appreciated.
I'm with you because like
Mm.
as much as I had my issues with it, it's weird how much I enjoyed when I took a big swing
Yeah.
and completely missed,
Yeah.
and the animation is so slow that you go,
Yes.
"Oh no," which like you
Correct.
don't get that feeling anymore in like a survival
Yeah.
horror game. So I like that.
Exactly where I was at
Mhm.
with it. Yeah. So I think that as I said, I was a huge fan. I really, really liked it. I liked it, and then I think there's a broader conversation about whether or not this is a Silent Hill game. And just so
Mm.
you know, like, the Silent Hill subreddit is now officially kind of like semi lockdown
Oh
because the
wow,
conversation
really?
over there has become so it's not locked down, but like there's a lot of moderation going on right
Yeah.
now. And the mods have actually just put up a post about it 9 hours ago saying, today we will be cracking down on toxicity in this community.
Mm.
And I can definitely see their feed that the wall here has clearly been very, very moderated because there
Mm.
is just so much angry discussion about this game on subreddit, and and I've definitely experienced in my own comment section and whatever else. To be clear, the Silent Hill community, it's a challenging community to interface with sometimes, okay?
Always, yeah.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
Like, they have their idea of what a Silent Hill game is, and to this day, whenever I mention, like, the Silent Hill 2 remake in a, like, a really complimentary way, there's a lot of angry comments being like, "That no, actually, it sucks," and whatever else. Keep in mind, this is a game that on Steam is overwhelmingly positive, 95%. Silent Hill 2 Remake, on balance, people love it, but the Silent Hill fandom is extremely engaged and they have very specific views about what they like and they don't like. So I'm not going to tell them they're right or wrong. All I'm saying is that I knew that Silent Hill fans are going to have some strong thoughts about this video game, and they clearly do, to the point where the subreddit is now being actively moderated. And in a way, I get it, but at the same time, this is not a mainline Silent Hill game. It's Silent Hill F. It's a spin-off kind of thing. It's set in a new setting. They're not saying that this is the next official, this is not Silent Hill, whatever. Like, it's the thing that they're doing. It's clearly taking some creative risks.
Mm.
And I think that that's okay. You know what I mean? I don't mind that it's not set in Silent Hill. I don't mind that the connections to the franchise aren't that strong. I
No,
think
and
that,
I was skeptical. I was the one who was like, "I don't know about this.
yeah.
It's a departure." But I like for me, I come to Silent Hill for like like meh combat and like some
Mm,
okay survival horror elements, but good puzzles, storytelling, vibe and atmosphere, and like uh, subject matter, like taboo subject matter, and like
mm,
uncomfortable feelings. That's always
Mhm.
been my thing with Silent Hill since I saw a magazine ad for the first game. It was like
mm,
that makes me feel uncomfortable,
mm,
and
mm, mm,
this
mm.
game still has that for
That's
sure.
it. To me, I think that's the foundational element of Silent Hill, right? And obviously Silent Hill fans are going to feel really different, but like the
Mhm.
foundational element for me is like psychological trauma and how that can manifest in a dangerous, oppressive game world that you need to survive. And I think on that basis, this is a Silent Hill game because it is based on that. A girl's war with her inner demons and how that manifests. But obviously there are other aspects of the series that people really cling to as well, and this
Yeah,
doesn't
lore
have
stuff.
those things
Yeah.
for sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
I do
Um,
want to say though, what just going back to what you said with the interpretation of things and like how you're kind of trying to piece together and assume what the story is as you're going, you're trying to guess. That was my favorite aspect here, and I think
mm,
that's why it's flawed. And I don't think it's a 10 out of 10 or anything, but
yeah,
I do think I'm going to remember it. And
absolutely.
at
Mhm.
this point, like I rate that very highly in my heart, where I'm like, all right, I'm actually gonna really that one's gonna stick with me.
Yeah.
Even too in terms of like what you were saying, where it's like you think where it's going, and you're having some guesses along the way. I also found it so interesting going in as a Silent Hill fan and reading some things or starting to put together the story and automatically in my head assuming the worst possible direction
Mm,
or
mm,
the
mm, mm.
darkest possible interpretation of that.
Mhm.
And I just thought that was interesting as an exercise, like for the writer to kind of like conjure that out of me. It was
Mhm.
Mm,
fun. It was cool.
mm.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Yeah, I
I
mean,
am digging it.
yeah. So I don't know. Look. This is the thing. The arc of history is long, and one of the posts I saw in like the subreddit was like, a magazine article talking about like Silent Hill 2 back when it released, and this game
Mm,
sucks,
yeah.
and I think most Silent Hill games have been divisive upon their arrival, and then the community kind of comes to a view about like, well, what do we think about this and what have you. I just firmly believe that even though not everyone is going to like this and I just feel like it's going to find its place as a game that's really worth experiencing. That's saying some really compelling things. That's fearless in its presentation and its willingness to be confronting and disturbing. I think it earns its place in the sort of survival horror pantheon, and that place will be contested by some and not others, but I think it's going to be there. I think people are going to talk about it in the years to come. They're going to remember it, because
Mm.
this is a real shot in the arm for the survival horror genre. I think. I mean, I certainly look at like Kronos: The New Dawn, and then I'm not sure. Did you guys play that one?
Not
Still no.
yet.
No.
Okay.
I had to kind of move on to
Yeah.
Silent Hill and Yotei, but it
Sure.
is on my list.
Yeah, so I really enjoyed Kronos: The New Dawn a lot.
Mm.
I visually, it's spectacular. Its
Mhm.
survival horror combat is so good.
Yeah,
It's
you
just
sold
sort of,
me.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's super good. But the story stuff really, I wasn't into it. I just wasn't.
Mhm.
And some people were. It's cool, but it felt weak there. And I feel like I'm trying to remember some of the biggest, most iconic moments in that game from a story perspective, and I kind of can't. And I finished that game like 2 weeks ago, if you know what I mean.
Mhm.
Whereas the stuff with Silent Hill F, I'm like, nah, man, I'm not going to be forgetting that anytime soon.
Yeah.
I'm going to remember that boss battle. I'm going to remember that cutscene. I'm going to remember that thing that he or she said, right? And for me, with like a survival horror game, that's so important. You know, just that searing into your brain, like that. That's what this game delivers. That Chronos didn't. And as I said, I enjoy both for different reasons. You know,
I am curious to know what you think. Just about, I've been getting a lot of questions. People saying, "Should this be my first Silent Hill game?" What do you guys? What do you think?
what do you think, Luz?
I
Yeah, because it's
mean,
your
This is your
first.
first Silent Hill game, so like, I mean,
it's
yeah,
made
like,
me really want to play other Silent Hills, even though I know they will be very different.
yeah, right, okay.
I applaud it for so many things. You know, like confronting subject matter, psychological horror, those kind of vibes. That's made me excited to finally jump into Silent Hill.
Yeah, I think that Silent Hill 2 remake should be your first Silent Hill game. I know a lot of people will disagree. They're like, no, you should go back and play the original Silent Hill 1 on emulator. No one's going to fucking do that.
Yeah,
man,
like
okay?
I love that. That's my favorite one, but like
Sure.
it's rough. It's rough.
That's what I'm saying. Like, for your average person who has never played a Silent Hill game, are you going to ask them to go back and play it? No. So like, what should they actually play? And I think they should play Silent Hill 2 remake. And you know, I think it's a really brilliant game. I loved it. I don't think this is Silent Hill F is as strong as that, you know, but I still think it's really worth experiencing for sure.
Because that's the thing. Do you want people to start with the actual best one and then be disappointed by the second one, or do you want them to start with like the pretty great one and then you get to experience?
No, I don't think so. So I think
yes, I don't agree.
Silent Hill 2, it like original Silent Hill 2 wasn't my favorite Silent Hill, but I think like the remake is a good way of like jumping in and seeing like, okay, I get what people generally like about this franchise. It's a good example. And then I think that your enjoyment of Silent Hill F would be more if you were more aware of Silent Hill.
Okay.
I think so too. I think that's a good way to put it. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, because you'll also be able to understand and appreciate those differences. And yeah, I agree with you on that. Yeah. So I think one thing though is interesting. A lot of discussion about price on this one.
Yeah.
A lot of people saying like, okay, this is cool, but it's not worth like, it's a full price product. I think it's like $70 US or whatever. And they're like, nah, man, it's because they're like, oh, it's 10 hours long and you got to finish it multiple times. The combat is jank, like the visuals are meh. They feel like it doesn't feel like a premium product and it should kind of be like in that $50 category. I don't know. I can see an argument for that. I definitely,
I lean towards that. Yeah.
You can clearly see this was made on a budget. And I think that Konami probably would have done themselves some favors had they priced it about $50 because it would have got that goodwill. I think it would have set the right expectations to market about like, you know, level of polish and whatever else.
Yeah.
Game length, I'm less sympathetic to because I actually think the 10 hours for a survival horror game is kind of the standard.
Yeah.
Less so these days. They get a bit longer in the modern era, but like I think it's in the ballpark. But yeah, I do think that charging $70 for this, I can understand how people bristle at that price point for sure.
Yeah, I agree. Just play it eventually. That's what
that's it.
That's what I kind of have to say at this point. Well,
So,
with that, Silent Hill was great, but I think is there anything else you guys have been playing that you
actually I want to hear because you played Borderlands, right?
Yes.
We haven't talked about Borderlands, have we?
We haven't.
No, we've got 8 minutes before Ralph has to go.
No, right. I actually got my timings wrong. Actually, I've got another hour.
Oh, okay. Well, forget what I just said.
But
you don't have another hour?
No, but Borderlands 4, I did first impressions for it, and I did enjoy my time with it.
Okay.
Did you finish it?
What did you play it on? What did you play it on?
Yeah, what did you play?
I played it on PS5.
Okay, cool. Did it run like us? Like, tell us.
No, it was all right. Oh no, actually, sorry. Wow, I'm so shot. I played it on PC.
Okay.
Jesus. I checked it out a little bit on PS5, but yeah, I played on PC, and I didn't have a ton of issues. I had to.
Were you following the Randy Pitchford tech support line?
We can do a whole episode on that whole thing. No, to me, I enjoyed what I played. I think it plays better. It's faster. It's smoother. The weapons are like immediately engaging up front. The open world was good. It was pretty varied. I immediately bumped into side quests that I actually found interesting and didn't feel like busy work or a waste of time, which is kind of what I assumed was going to be the case.
Yeah.
The villain established is at least more interesting. He's no handsome Jack, but he's at least more interesting than the Borderlands 3 villains.
Oh yeah, the
man.
streamers.
Yeah, that was rough.
What a low point for video games, man. Not just a low point for Borderlands, not a low point for looter shooters, a low point for video games. That's
was
that's what
tough.
that was.
So yeah, I had fun.
Mm.
It's so funny. I like moved on so quickly from playing it, but
How did you find the writing compared to older Borderlands?
it's still
Is it?
Borderlands. I think I don't want people to get it twisted. It was still Borderlands. It's still as jokey. Uh, it's not as jokey. And I actually, a couple of bits made me laugh.
Okay.
There's a fucking
Sensibly chuckled.
they make jokes about like crypto scams, like
Okay.
Nice.
what's his name? What's the little annoying guy? Claptrap makes a joke about like a crypto scam.
Nice.
There was an island like
Oh, no.
area you come across that's no. It's
No.
it was
No,
like an
it's not. It's a
embracer.
different. It's
No, it was
Embracer
like an
Island.
embrace.
It's not.
No, it's not.
It's not Epstein Island. Don't worry.
I thought it was gonna make an Epstein joke. I was like, there was no way they would have made an Epstein joke.
Oh, that would have
But
been
they made
awesome
an
if
embracer
Claptrap
joke.
said Epstein didn't kill himself or something crazy.
Oh god.
Yeah, no. So they did a bit on Embracer that like actually made me laugh. So yeah.
That's good.
Ralph, how
yeah.
was Pokemon?
Oh, Pokemon. Oof. Yeah. Right. Look, the honest truth. This is 1,000% honest truth. Is that they've changed the combat, and I like it. I actually do, because it's no longer turn-based. Again, I got no problem with turn-based combat. I like turn-based combat a lot, in fact. But Pokemon turn-based combat was fucking boring. It was shit. They didn't even bother to do any animations. Do you know what I mean? Like the character would just kind of like do that, and that's an attack or some shit. It's like, come on, guys, put in some fucking effort. So they've made it real time now with Legends, and it feels kind of like a really simple Xenoblade in a way, because like your attacks are on a timer and you're kind of moving around a battlefield. There's a kind of metronomic turn-based thing working in the background. You know, it feels kind of like tactical real-time combat. And it really works, to be honest with you. Like I had a good time with it, like in the sense that like I was like, okay, I can see how I could spend some prolonged time with this. It's just the rest of the package is still as dated as it's always been. Like visually, it's old, man. Like it's really old. It's calling it last gen is like generous for real. You know, it just looks very, very bland. There's no voice acting, which is such a bummer. This series could really
Even the
benefit
Pokemon?
from that massively. I think like you think about the
some
Pokemon
life into it. Yeah.
Yeah, you think about like the Pokemon cartoon, and you think about like the movies and all this stuff.
Yeah.
There's so much you could do with that, and they just don't do it. And they've set the whole thing in a city, which
is it the French city again?
It is a French city. Yep. I've only seen a portion of the city, so I can't say, but all the portions that I saw, they all look the same. And I was like, well, how much diversity are we going to have here, right? Because Pokemon games are usually like a journey through like the little countryside, and you go to different places, different towns. There's connective tissue, whatever. None of that seems to be here, but again, I can't judge that because I need to see more. So I'm gonna hold off on that. But overall, I like what they've done with the combat. I'm just like, it'd be cool if the rest of the game could be modernized as well. Thank you very much, and that's not happening. I don't know. I feel like we've been saying the same things about Pokemon for many years now. Nothing's changed. They still sell a bajillion copies. Game Freak obviously have their niche. They have their audience. They're happy to service it in the way that they are. I think that if they were to ever truly invest in this franchise, they would achieve levels of success that would be absolutely absurd, because it would just break through. Like people like us would be interested to play that game. If they really delivered a Pokemon that delivered on all our dreams, we would all pick it up, and we'd all be like, hell yeah, let's go.
And it's primed for it right now, because
Oh my
Pokemon
God,
right now, outside of the
yes.
games, is bigger than it was when we were kids. Like people
Absolutely.
are insane for it. So if they just came out with a Pokemon game tomorrow that had the fidelity of like Fortnite, whatever, way more
For
people
real.
would jump into
Why
it.
isn't
Like
Pikachu
casual and
in
hardcore.
Fortnite? Give Pikachu a gun.
Well,
Yeah,
they did that in
don't
Power
even-
World, and look what happened. You know, so
Oh, that's
look
getting a
what
spin-off
happened.
as well, isn't it? Like
Palworld is getting a
Pal Farm.
farming game the same week that Nintendo announced a Pokemon farming game. You cannot make this up. Nintendo's lawyers eating good tonight.
It's like Gary and Ash Ketchum all over again. Now it's Palworld and Pokemon.
Yeah, so that's that. That's Pokemon, really. And that's kind of everything I played this week, I think. And then I'm gonna get stuck into Ghost of Yotei, and next month's big though. Next month is we got what we got? We got Battlefields. We got no one's played Hades 2, right?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Cool.
Consume Me also came out. I really want to see how that one goes.
Yeah, Ed's actually got a review for that up on the website, thisweekinvideogames.com. Thank you for the support.
Nice.
Ed and I are very aligned in a lot of games.
You do like your weird little indie games that no one's really heard of, but then when the people do eventually hear about them, they're like, "Oh, that's actually the best game that released that year." You know what I mean?
And you're all welcome.
Yes, exactly.
With the hair flip, perfect.
Baby Steps is out. Blippo is out.
Baby Step, that's right. Blippo Plus. Painkiller's coming out on the 9th.
But it's co-op now or something. It's like a co-op shooter now.
I didn't even know that.
Oh, it's like not Painkiller like you remember. It's kind of different.
This ain't your daddy's Painkiller.
Little Nightmares 3 as well.
Very excited for that.
There's a Devolver game called Ball X Pit, which is looking really great. I've seen early footage of that, and it looks awesome. There's the ROG Xbox Ally coming out on the 16th. Keeper is on the 17th. Ninja Gaiden 4 after that. Vampire the Masquerades. I don't know about that one, man.
I can't wait to see what's up. It's been so long. I've been talking about this game in GameRank's top 10 videos for 40 years now.
Oh my god, yeah. And then Outer Worlds 2 is at the end of the month. Actually, there's another one, Arc Raiders, at the end of the month. So like October is massive, ridiculous.
Oh, is it Mina the Hollow as well?
Oh, I didn't even have that on my list.
I think it's October 31st.
Oh my god, wow. Okay, sure. So yeah, man, it's gonna be a fun time. It's gonna be a very fun time. But yeah, I'm keen.
Last but certainly not least, Show and Tell, where we talk about something that we've been enjoying that isn't video games, believe it or not. Maybe I'll start first because I have literally only been. What is Hideo Kojima's bio? It's my body is 100% movies.
Like 80% movies. Yeah,
movies, yeah.
That's me, but with video games right now.
Okay.
I had to travel. I had to bring a PS5 Pro with me through TSA multiple times, and it got flagged every single time.
Yeah.
While I was traveling, that was fun. So I've been gaming. The only thing I did enjoy is Batman, the new Batman #1 by Matt Fraction.
Ooh.
It's really good. Really good.
Really? Is it worth it?
I mean, yeah, I think so. It's one issue, so it's short.
Sure.
But it's what's his face? I don't know if it's George or Jorge Jimenez, who is a good artist. He's done Batman before in incredible ways. Here, it's really good. And Matt Fraction, I just like Matt Fraction. Of course, did that really like defining run of Hawkeye that a lot of people go to. It just feels like good Batman. A Batman that is very much Batman that Detective Batman, but it shows his more human, empathetic side in an interesting way in just one issue that just hooked me. Also, he has cool gadgets in this one. The art is great. It's a Batman where he's like gray and blue, which I'm always a sucker for. So I highly recommend it. If
doesn't have a sledgehammer,
book person.
Doesn't have a sledgehammer like Absolute.
No, no. Which I just read the new issue of that too. Number 12. Nice. Also very good.
Yeah.
Support your local comic book stores if you can.
Absolutely. For sure. I watched Fast and Furious 7.
Ooh, okay. Which one is 7?
This is when
7 is the one
Paul
with
Rudd
Jason.
Paul Walker died.
Paul Walker died.
Walker dies.
Jason Statham appears. I think this may be one of the greatest movies ever made.
Yeah.
I was utterly just blown away by how good this fucking movie is.
Did you cry?
I really enjoyed 1, and I was like, this is peak. There's no way they're top of this. And then 7, I was like, if this isn't at the top of the lists, I don't know, there's no justice in the world. And then sure enough, I went onto IMDb and looked at the Force rankings, and yes, 7 is at the top. It is incredible. It is the one where they have a sword fight with the wrenches. It is the
Yeah.
one where The Rock is in the hospital in a
Yeah.
cast and he's like, time for daddy to go to work.
Yeah,
Boom.
man.
It is the one where Jason Statham appears like a fucking Dark Souls NPC at random moments. He just like summons in like a red phantom. Then he's like, what's up, boys? I'm here too. You're trying to steal this car in the middle of Dubai out of a skyscraper. I'm here all
when
of
they
a
do
sudden.
the jump
it's
out
the
of the skyscraper
skyscraper.
with the
Yes.
car. Yeah.
No, I'm not
that's
even
so
joking. I
sick.
actually think this is like an incredible, unbelievable movie. I was just like, the entire time, I just couldn't believe it. And then in the end with Paul Walker, because they did like a send off to him, I was there watching there with my mate, and we were like, and I was just there, and I was like, don't cry, don't cry. And
It's good.
Like,
It's good.
I'm like, and then at the end, I'm like, that was really tastefully done. They did really well with that. Like, so,
Maybe deep faking is okay.
like they did the thing where the roads go, and I'm just like, it was a very tasteful send off at the end, like a really beautiful send off actually. And I mean, like I was just
that should have been.
I mean, oh man, I was so all in. Like I thought it was an incredible movie, truly.
Look, he's crying again. Look at him rubbing his eyes.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's just got to me again. And I can't even remember the one that I watched before then. Or did we watch one after that? I can't remember. No, I think we stopped at 7. Wait, did we even watch 8?
8 has, for some reason in my ranking, 8 was my top, but I think.
This is Charlize Theron. I haven't watched this one yet, so we stopped at 7. Yeah,
right.
That's the one I fell asleep during, which like it blew me away because I don't fall asleep during movies like when I go to the theater.
Okay.
And I fell asleep like an Uncle Grandpa.
Put it at number 1.
Yeah.
I fell asleep during John Wick 4. So
what?
John Wick stuff.
Sorry,
I
that
reckon
was so heartbreaking. Sorry, Jake.
The John Wick stuff. I don't know. I felt like I by the end I was a bit like, no, I'm kind of done with this.
No, I went to see 4 like the last day of GDC, so I was exhausted. And it just goes on a bit. It goes on a bit.
Yeah, I completely agree. For sure.
But it's the only good one next to number 1, in my opinion. I thought 2 and 3 were kind of a waste of time, except for good action bits.
Shocking. 2.
Let him stay dead. Kill him and just let him stay dead. God damn it, please.
No, there is that pitch of like he has to fight his way through hell. And
I would watch that.
I'm sorry, but that's the sickest pitch I've ever heard.
Yeah,
that's
would watch that.
I would 100% watch that for sure.
He's got his dog with him in hell.
Yeah.
Well, no, the dog's a good boy, so why would the dog be there? Come on.
You don't know what the dog
can't you like jump back and forth? Like how does that?
Yeah, man. That's how it works. You just go up to heaven whenever you feel like. Of course, man. No. That's what it says in the Bible. There's an elevator, you know.
What if one of the levels of hell is he has to fight the dog?
Oh wow, that's fucking dark.
That's the devil playing tricks on him. But then it turns out he's like, Alfie Allen or some shit. I don't know.
I like that.
I went to see 9 Inch Nails again.
Of course.
Very good, as always.
Another week, another 9 Inch Nails show.
just the 2 this tour. I am going this weekend. So when this episode is up, I believe I will have already seen them. I'm going to see Sparks. So to prepare, we watched the Sparks documentary by Edgar Wright from a few years ago. And man, I am so excited to see this band. They are 2, like we were talking before we recorded the episode. Jake and Ralph don't know who they are. I think you would recognize "This Town Ain't Big Enough for the Both of Us." That song. That's like their big hit. I think it was on like a Scott Pilgrim soundtrack. Or
okay.
It was like definitely on an Edgar Wright soundtrack.
This is like the Monkey Guy all over again, where it's just completely something I didn't know about.
Well, the thing is that I really thought that Sparks was a British band. They are American.
Oh, okay. Wow.
But if you Google Sparks band, you cannot tell me that these boys do not have the most British aura you have ever seen.
Right.
Is it Sparks with an X? How do I Google?
just Sparks the band. So the younger one, right?
Oh my god.
The younger one, Russell.
It's like Haunted Hall and Oates.
Still not over the Hall and Oates divorce, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Man. But no, so Russell, who's the younger one, who's the singer, he's 76, and Ron, the older one, the keyboard player, is 80. Whoa. So we could not believe it. And like, they are still touring. Apparently the shows are very good. I'm very, very excited to see them this weekend. I've listened to a lot of their music. They have like 25 albums, by the way.
Wow. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
And a few years ago,
Michael Caine numbers.
I didn't realize this, but a few years ago they did an album with Franz Ferdinand, and the project is called FFS, which is very good.
That's
for fuck's
cool.
sake.
Yeah,
Franz
very,
Ferdinand's
very
box.
clever.
And so yeah, I'm very excited about that. So my thing this week is Spox.
Did you guys know that Michael Caine is coming back one last time for The Last Witch Hunter 2? Because he's best friends with Vin Diesel.
Shut up. No.
He's like in a wheelchair, retired, like very retired for years now.
Yeah.
And he's coming back to reprise his role from The Last Witch Hunter 1 in the upcoming, somehow greenlit The Last Witch Hunter 2.
Why do we fall, Jake? So we can learn to get back up again. Batman Begins.
Batman Begin.
Batman Begin.
Batman Begin.
Begin. The meme of Michael Caine saying, "Bane's the scariest guy I've ever seen in my life." I laugh at that every time I see that.
I laugh at this. There's like an old image of Michael Caine's face on a tangerine. Help me, Master Wayne. Tangerine Alfred.
What?
I don't know why. It kills me every time. Help me, Mr. Wayne.
The dumbest stuff. The dumbest stuff is the funniest. Speaking of that, another episode in the can.
Yay.
Thank you guys for being here. Thank you, folks, for listening. Why'd you go?
Sorry, I'm just looking at the tangerine Alfred now. Unfortunately, she's not wrong. Unfortunately, she's not at all wrong.
Wait, Jake's searching for it.
Master Wayne. Anyway, let's wrap it. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
See, I told you. Okay.
All right, folks.
Let's do it.
Thank you very much for being here. Rate us on the podcast apps if you'd like, if you haven't already. Give us a like here on YouTube. We appreciate you. We're here not next week, but the week after. That's how we do it. Every other week for us. We are Friends Per Second. I'm Jake Baldino. That's Lucy James. That's Ralph. Skill up, tie your shoes, and go to bed.